Okay guys, welcome back. As promised, I said I would do the video on the armor. In fact, I just literally stopped recording the money making guide, so if you're wondering, I'm still in the same place. I did put my pet away though because I don't really want to be having to feed him all the time. But yeah, here's the actual guide to get armor. So when you hit 65, as I said before in previous video, that the credits you get can be from the initiative on the H menu or whatever you've binded it to, and you can also get the credits from the missions from 60 to 65. Now, I would say that if you're just at 65, I would actually spend your tokens in a different way. I told you to buy the Master Outcast if you want money, but if you want to have new armor and you don't really want to have to go and do, I think it's Ravenous Gorge. Let me just check. No, my bad. Bithmore Rise. If you don't want to be Bithmore Rise, as you can see, I have the armor for Bithmore, and I have the belt, and I don't really have the earrings and stuff because I got the newer ones from the Sky Cruiser and stuff, and other stuff. But yeah, if you want to get the armor and you don't want to have to do the Bithmore Rise dungeon, there is a new way to get your armor without having to go do the dungeon and struggle a bit, or even if you struggle to get a party. You see, what you can do instead is, instead of using your 200 tokens per Outcast box, you can come back into the same guy, and as you could say, he sells a belt for 100, he sells your weapon for 600, and if you go on to the next page, he'll sell your chest piece for 450, your boots and gloves for 300. So all in all, if you were to just get every piece as a nice starting part, you would need 1,750 tokens, which when you are doing 60 to 65, you'd basically make that. By the time you get 65, you should have a lot of tokens. So when you hit 65, the best thing to do is buy it from the quartermaster, and once you've bought it, you then have it, in which I've said before in the previous video that will help you get into some of the Archeon's Inferno. And with the Archeon's Inferno, if I just get it up, here it is. This is the next setup. See, if you want Archeon, it's telling me recommended, and once you got your Fair Weave, you'll be recommended to do Archeon's Inferno, and you should be able to get into a party and not get kicked, as long as you keep your crystals all set. Make sure you got your crit parts, crystal binds, and you should be all good. So this is my video on what armor to get at 65 and what to do after that. So after that, after you got your Fair Weave, I'd recommend doing Archeon's Inferno. Once you got all that, I'd recommend enchanting them to +9, maybe even masterworking them, but that's not an issue because you do the Inferno on hard, get your tier 7 gear, and then I would definitely recommend masterworking, as it's the newest gear and it's the highest tier. And that's basically what everyone's aiming for at the moment, so hard should be not too bad to get into, but you're gonna need to have your Fair Weave and maybe even the Archeon Inferno tier 6. If you had tier 6, you got a higher chance of getting in. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy, and have a good